an AI prototype is deceptively easy. Grab a language model, wrap an API around it, and you have a working chatbot. But that simplicity vanishes the moment developers try to move those basic wrappers into production-ready systems, like autonomous agents or retrieval-augmented generation. They hit a scalability wall. As the volume of ingested enterprise data increases, the language model struggles to process it all, and predictable outputs begin to degrade. Two things happen simultaneously. The context provided to the model becomes disorganized, and without clear guardrails, the system begins to aggressively hallucinate. This leaves developers stuck between their messy data and a model that can't interpret it. They need a way to orchestrate and structure that information before the LLM ever sees it. Scaling past the prototype phase requires moving towards an orchestration-heavy architecture to manage the complexity. This is where Haystack comes in. It's an open-source AI orchestration framework built specifically around a philosophy called context engineering. Context engineering shifts the developer's focus away from the prompt. Instead, it directs their effort towards explicitly controlling exactly how information is retrieved, ranked, and filtered. Standard chat wrapper SDKs often operate as a black box, making unpredictable decisions with your data. Haystack replaces that guesswork with explicit data routing. This high-control approach is why massive organizations rely on this framework. Companies like Apple, Meta, Airbus, and Databricks all use it to build their production systems. Orchestrating AI at scale means engineering the environment around the model, rather than expecting the language model to do the heavy lifting on its own. Haystack treats workflows as modular pipelines. Unstructured data routes sequentially through interchangeable nodes. Developers insert conditional logic, splitting data at decision nodes, looping for refinement, or progressing down branches. This complex formatting converges into a single, highly structured prompt before reaching the language model. Because the data preparation is handled separately, the system becomes vendor agnostic. You can swap between OpenAI, Anthropic, or local Hugging Face models. Swapping the primary model takes a few lines of code and happens without requiring any rewrites to your core pipeline architecture. Once the logic is set, developers can deploy it using a utility called Hayhooks. This tool instantly wraps these complex pipelines with custom logic to get them ready for production. Hayhooks reduces deployment friction by exposing your pipelines directly as REST APIs or as Model Context Protocol servers, allowing external tools to integrate with them immediately. By decoupling the data preparation from the language model itself, enterprise teams protect their architecture against vendor lock-in and rapid model obsolescence. This level of architectural control comes with a cost. Mastering Haystack demands a steeper learning curve than bolting together basic AI wrapper tools. There is also an ecosystem constraint. The framework is strictly integrated into the Python environment. This diagram shows a system architecture with a distinct barrier between a backend server cluster and an AI microservice. For backend teams writing in TypeScript or JavaScript, utilizing Haystack creates operational friction, forcing them to orchestrate requests across language boundaries. The open-source tier of the framework also has distinct functional limits when it comes to operating at an organizational scale. Specific enterprise-grade features, specifically advanced observability, role-based access control, and strict data governance, are locked behind the paid Haystack Enterprise platform. Haystack is designed for the technical rigor of production-ready context engineering. If you found this overview of Haystack helpful, subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into AI engineering architectures.